Alright, yeah, I'm back, kind of, not really. Yeah, so I decided to design a keyboard. In January, I quite literally this year just built this. So this is my ortho linear JJ40. I mean, I don't know, there's nothing really much special to it. I bought this case off AliExpress. But yeah, I really wanted an ortho linear keyboard, and so I built it. I love it. I'm still gonna use it. I was thinking, you know, I like it so much, why don't I think about the future and say maybe I could have one that I can bring around, because this thing is not very light. Okay, it's freaking, this is stainless steel, and I got a bunch of foam in here, and it's just heavy and it's big, and it's like, you know, like I want to bring something around, and just in case, you know, if I go to work, this is a little bit too loud. I mean, it sounds amazing. Boba U4Ts, by the way. I decided, yeah, so I'm gonna build a keyboard, and I was thinking about how I should go about it, and my buddy Jacob, he thought it was a wonderful idea. You should just hand wire a keyboard. I'm like, that is gonna be pretty tough, I think. So I made some planning, and I figured out what I needed, and honestly, I just bought them straight up. I just straight up bought them. I fully committed. I went in, and this is what I got. So I got the I don't know if you can see it very small through the plastic. Next thing I got was the Ambient silent choc switches. These are from Low Pro Keyboard, and these are the Twilights. So these are silent switches. And while I was at it, I already got my keycaps for the build. My buddy Jacob is helping me out with diodes, so he's got a whole ton. I won't really be using all of this. Can't see it very well, but these are TRS jacks. This is what I'll be using to connect the split keyboard together. And then I also have some inserts in here. The inserts are going to be used to be holding the keyboard together because it's so thin. So here's my first problem. I don't know how to design anything, to be honest with you. I'm literally going at this blind. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going to decide to learn CAD and then start building a keyboard. I took on a CAD challenge because that's what Jacob recommended me to do. And then I just learned off that. And then I thought, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna go design this prototype. So I was at a point where I got to my first prototype. I had it printed by Jacob, and it actually turned out really well. Yeah, I honestly just thought really hard about this kind of thing. Like I don't know if this is good, and so I tried it out. So here it is. Here is the first prototype. Yeah, nothing crazy. I mean, it's literally 3 pieces. There's only 3 pieces. I have this bottom plate, and as you can see, there's a slit on the bottom. Now, Jacob recommended that if I wanted to go to an acrylic plate, this wouldn't look very good. Okay, he was right. So I decided I'm gonna switch it off. I'm gonna discard it. Up here, this was too short, or too thin. I couldn't even fit the microcontroller inside. I made a mistake. And that's what prototyping is. Literally, you make something up, and of course it's not gonna be good the first try, which is fine. This port that it's gonna be on, yeah, this port right here, is too small to fit any other USB cable, or a USB-C cable. I knew what changes I had to make, and I made those changes. Now I'm gonna be honest. By the time of this recording this video, I've already finished the 3rd prototype, and this is already the final prototype. This is my 3rd prototype. I still ran into some fitment issues. This right here was still too small. I thought I made it big enough, but it was still too small to fit anything. Another thing is that this lip right here was a little bit too short. Quite honestly, I made the same mistake twice in a prototype. I'm gonna be honest. If you didn't really can tell in the video, I already made the 3rd prototype. This right here is the 3rd prototype, and I'd say this is finished, but it isn't. I made the hole bigger. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, up top here, the microcontroller will fit. That's mission success. The threaded inserts going in between from the top case to the bottom, middle case, that fits well too, except for these bottom ones. I don't know if it's very noticeable, but there is a gap in comparison to here. That is because the width, the whole length of the threaded insert is a little bit too big than the space I allowed. I just decided on the bottom half I'm just gonna drill it all the way through, which is fine. But this is my split keyboard. I have no idea what I want to call it. I only want to make it for myself. But yeah, I literally, this is the coolest thing ever. Like, I built this in my hands. It's in my hands right now. Over the last 3 weeks, I've been designing this and everything fits perfect. Quite honestly, all I need to do is print the last thing and hand wire it and code it. Once I get the final kit done for both sides, I'm gonna get back to you. I have no clue if these are good. Yeah, I don't know. The solder is connected on them. Okay, so now I got the columns all soldered in. I gotta get the diodes all soldered in. The black tip is gonna be where the current is flowing to. So I gotta make sure that is going towards the row. I'm gonna have to tin the tips of each pin, and then I'm gonna put the diode in nice and easy right here. Tomorrow. So the next step now is to actually solder wires into the microcontroller. Not sure if you can see. Oh yeah, you can. From here, these are my rows, here are my columns. And then the next step after that, to do the TRS cable connection into here, which would be connected through our 5-volt ground 1 and 0. Here goes nothing. Let's see if this goes. This is like kind of harder than putting it on a switch. I mean, yeah, granted, like the pins are so small, but like the switch is like so easy. Like they stick up so high, and then you just. This is tiny. I don't even know if I did it good enough. My soldering is okay. I'm gonna wire in the left side. I want to give it a try. So here's the thing, right? It's all wired in. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm supposed to put my thing here first, and then basically it goes through my channels. Yeah, so it's supposed to go through these channels, and I just wired it on here. So I have to redo this soldering anyways. The point is I wanted to try it, so let's see if it friggin' works. Alright, here I am on my messy desk. I got the Google Doc open. This is my like fantasy draft. I wanted to draft some people. It's connected. When I tested it, when I put the connections together with the pliers, it worked. Okay, so here's a moment of truth. I'm gonna click a key, and of course it doesn't work. Okay, this is just as I expected. Oh, no, hold on. What the hell was that? S. Wait. Why is it S? A? It's flipped. It's flipped. The whole thing's flipped. Okay, so this is the right-hand side. Now, the keys are all the left side, but that is normal because they're not connected by the cable. And this is technically the slave side because when I was putting the board together, I realized, okay, fuck, this is the right side. But as you can see, all the keys are working. Now, the number keys don't really matter because I don't have any number keys, but that also shows that my layer key works and that it works with all the other stuff. Thank God it works, because that tells me I can code and I can also put it in and wire it. So the other one should be less of a hassle. Emphasis on should. All right, so I just finished both sides. I did the right side first and then the left side, or I don't know which way is which. It's not the prettiest soldering. Like, literally, it could be a whole lot better. The wiring is okay. Like, it's not pretty either, but it's gonna do the job. I literally tested both keyboards. Um, they're gonna write the right keys. Now, the one thing I'm worried about is actually the TRSs. Um, I need to redo the firmware so that the TX up here and the RX up here is switched. Again, this is really shitty soldering, but it should do the work. I'm just gonna add some hot glue into here, so that they stay into place. But I should be done soldering, and that means this is actually considered done, so long as everything works. And if it does, then I am happy. So yeah, this is actually turning out pretty good so far. So yeah, let's freaking go. Okay, so I am currently reflashing, so that I can have the handedness for both keyboards. I realized that there was a way I can do that through the firmware, so I'm reflashing again. I just flashed the left side, which is good. The right side, I am actually the most worried about because I don't know. I'm just flashing the right side with the hands, and I don't even know what to expect. Like once this is done, I'm hoping that when I test it, it's just all right-handed keys, which is the most optimal thing ever. I don't even know. I'm just flashing right now. It's all compiling. So if it's good and it goes through, then life is good. The keyboard is finished, and so then that means the TRS should be okay. All right. So basically, the keyboard works. I've pretty much soldered both sides. Everything goes good. Everything fits well. So I put it all together, and basically, the cables connecting to the TRSs are functional. So right now the USB-C is connected through one side, and the other one is just being connected by the aux cable that is being powered by the left side. So this is the master side, this is the right side. Now if I wanted to switch sides, whichever USB side I want to use, it would still work properly. So I could actually use either side if I wanted to. I could power either side and it'll still work the same way. Initially, when I was actually coding it up, when I was defining the pins, I thought I actually soldered the TRSs wrong. It actually soldered it perfectly, so when I thought I did it wrong, I actually switched the pins from the TX and the RX, so the transmission and the receiving end. But that was obviously wrong because I actually did it right the first time, so then I took it off and it actually works 100%. So we're just gonna do a quick typing test.